Good morning, everyone. I am Corinne Crabtree. I am the founder and CEO of the No BS Business Women's Membership, the founder and CEO of the No BS Women's Weight Loss Membership. I am also the podcast host of the Losing 100 Pounds podcast with Corinne, where we have over 43 million downloads so far. So today is all about Q&A for all of my female business owners out there who want to figure out easy ways to scale and grow an online business. You may have a course, maybe you are a coach. There's all kinds of things that I can help you with. So here's how today will roll. All you need to do is use your comments to type in #ask. And if you have a business question, you just put it in there and then I will answer it. Let me tell you a little bit about what's going on in my world right now, and then we'll get to some questions as soon as they start coming in. One of the things that I did want to talk about today is launches. So I recently just launched the No BS Business Women's Membership. We are almost a month old. We're a little bitty tiny baby right now, which is amazing. We have about 140 members already, which I love, and we are rocking and rolling. And one of the things that we do in there is every week. So we teach a monthly workshop, and this month's workshop was all about valuable free offers. How do you build one? Why do you need one? What do they look like? We're in the middle of brainstorming them. We're getting ready to start naming them. We're doing a lot of work around making sure that you have a really good, valuable free offer that speaks to your person so that you can get more emails. Because if you don't have an email list, then you don't have an audience. If you don't have an audience, you don't have anybody you can talk to. And if you have nobody to talk to, you have no one to sell to either. So I'm a big believer in one of the first things that has to happen is we have to make sure that we have a strong gateway into our business. Because social's great. It's amazing. But if you're just doing social and you're not getting emails, if Instagram shuts down, Facebook shuts down, they decide to ban your account, which happens all the time, you lose access to your people. And then the other side is social is a really good way for your people to get to know you, but it's not a good way for people to continually see your content. So you can warn people up, but you have no control over the conversation. You are literally at the mercy of algorithms and how they prioritize you and what they deem is important. So we want to make sure that we're always working that email list. So this month's workshop was about the valuable free offer. Next month, we're doing the email frameworks. Like, what should my emails look like once somebody gets into my funnel? What is the best sales sequence? How do I talk to people without sounding like an asshole? When do you open the conversation up? How do you get someone to shit or get off the pot in order to work with you? We're going to be covering all of that next month. So every month our members, they get a workshop, and every month they get mindset coaching. So they get out of their own fucking way. And then we also do a lot of planning. But I'm getting ready to launch the weight loss membership again. And we are doing a paid challenge for the first time. And it's a lot of work. Like, launching is no joke, but it can be simpler when you think it through. So in the month of November, I'm going to be teaching my challenge. We'll be doing a behind the scenes breakdown, like a case study. And I like to give all my members, like, next month, they're getting all my emails. Like, here's exactly my email structure for my email sales list. Like, this is what I send. Like, if you want to copy and paste it and put your own spin to it, go right ahead. This month, I gave them transcripts to every free video that I offer. I was like, here's the exact transcript. You can go build course videos if you want to for a free course series. But I want to give them the launch also. So this morning, I was actually answering a question inside our Facebook group. We have something called Consult the Experts. So every week, everybody that's a member of my membership, they get an opportunity to ask as many questions as they want. And me or my marketing team, my business coaches, we are in there and we are answering the questions like boss. And one of them was about launches and challenges. And it was such a good question because she asked, if you're doing a challenge, So let's say you're going to do a 5-day. I'm getting ready to do a 7-day. When you are doing one, when do you start selling? Like, when is the optimum time to start selling? And what does that even look like? So I'm trying to find, let me find here we go. I wrote this whole post out. So Debbie, who is a member, you're getting ready to get an entire Facebook post from me that like goes into great detail. But I thought I would share it with y'all today, a little bit about some of the strategy. The first thing is, like, when it comes to your challenge, is you are going to want to flip to sales about midway through. So for the way that I look at it is there's different windows to your launch. 8 weeks out, you start kind of telling people that, like, there's something new coming from me. Get excited. Make sure you're on my waiting list. I'm going to be sending out information about something I'm going to be doing in a couple months. Make sure you don't miss it. You want to have a hype period, but you don't want to be like giving away everything that you're going to do. You just want somebody to be like the little groundhog that like pops up and starts looking around. Like, what'd you just say? Like, I'm super interested. About 4 weeks out, we move into being more specific. You start telling them the name. You start telling them the date things will start. You start telling them the day that they'll be able to register. Like I do that in my podcast. I'll do it in social, and I won't do it daily. I'll do it probably a couple times a week, 4 weeks out. And then I will, in my emails that I send to my list, in the PS strategy, I will put in it'll be like, here's my value that I'm giving you today. So it'll be a value email, and then it'll say PS on September 25th, you can start signing up for my 7-day jumpstart, weight loss jumpstart. That way they start like, ooh, I need to save the date. And you start giving them a little bit more information about it. 2 weeks out, I call it, this is where we start signing up. We do the email campaigns. So social starts getting like sign up, giving sneak peeks into what we're going to be doing. You need to make sure that when you're trying to get people to register for something, that your social doesn't just suddenly become a sales pitch. It doesn't need to be graphic after graphic after graphic of sign up. I've made that mistake in the past. What you really want to do is you want to have like give them like snippets of things that they'll learn, so that when they read your post, it feels very engaging. They get a little aha. It's like, oh, if we're going to learn that, I'd like to learn more. So you give them sneak peeks, and then you say, like, click the link in my bio or click this link, go register now. During that 2 weeks, you're marketing your challenge. You are also going to warm up your challengers. So we're marketing it on social, we're marketing it in email. But then once they sign up, we want to be open for the challenge for a minimum of a week, maximum 2. You need to keep them engaged. So like for us, we're going to have a free Facebook group that's a pop-up, but we don't want to open the group until right before we start, so that my entire team's not spending tons and tons of time. Like, you just don't want people to burn out before we even get started. You want there to be pent up demand and excitement. I watch people all the time start their Facebook groups too early. Like, people are excited when they can blow open the doors. And then they kind of normalize. Well, if I get in the door 2 weeks early, I'm not excited anymore on opening day. So we open our challenge starts on the 25th of September. We open the Facebook doors on the 23rd, so that there's momentum and excitement and all kinds of things happening. So during that 2 weeks before we let them into Facebook, we have to solve the problem of keeping them engaged. So I send almost every single day emails that will help them be ready for the challenge. Little things that they can do. Podcasts they can listen to. Sometimes you might even send them to, like, if you don't have a podcast, you can send them an old Facebook post that you've written and have them read that. You can take those Facebook posts that perform well, you can put them in as an email. So you just think about, like, all right, knowing what my challenge is going to be about, what are things that I can get them doing right now? So mine is a 7-day weight loss kickstart. I'm only teaching them 2 simple things to lose weight. I'm just going to teach them, like, seriously, Don't eat until you're hungry. Stop at enough. I am teaching them nothing else. Everything else that week is about obstacles that get in your way, how to quit making excuses, like all of the mental things, so that by the end of the week, they're like, I feel so much better about this. I really want to, like, I believe now I could lose weight because she's helped me overcome so much of the doo-doo I go through. So one of the things that I do during that 2 weeks is I give them little things. So one email, for example, is I will send them an email about halfway through, and it will say, do you know how important sleep and water is? Like, if you really, like, I'm going to teach you the 2 most important questions that produces weight loss. And it has all to do with being able to say no to urges for like food that you don't need. If you get your sleep and water dialed in, it's going to make that week so much easier. So I talk to them about the importance of sleep and water. So every day I'm trying to help them do something. Now, one of the things that you need to know about those 2 weeks is there are going to be people dropping into your list. I have 3 emails every single person will get. So that's automated. So if I come into the funnel for the challenge, I have automated emails that will get sent to me because everybody needs to know the replay page. Everyone's going to need to have the Facebook group link. Everybody's going to need to have like certain things. After that, if you, like, let's say I send my water email on the Thursday before the challenge and you join on Friday, I'm not sending you that email. It does not matter if they get it. This is really just for all the people that continue to get on the list. They don't need all the emails. It's just as they get on the list, we just want to be warming them up, warming them up, warming them up. Then challenge starts on days 1, 2, and 3 for a 7-day. It is all about value. I do not talk, like, the only way that I talk about the membership is if they're asking a question. I'll say, like, yeah, I have a client inside my weight loss membership who's done this. This is what one of my clients did. Often when I talk to my clients, I'm always seeding that I have clients, but I am not selling the membership at all. I am literally making sure that the first 3 days of that challenge, people get help. On day 4, we switch gears. We continue to help them, but now we're talking about being in the membership. Now we start saying, that's a great question. Here's a brief answer. And inside the membership, I have this course. Inside the membership, here's how we handle it. Inside the membership, you would learn these things. So starting on day 4, they get their sales video. The doors are open. The emails, they start getting email after email about why they should join. Bonuses start releasing. So 4, 5, 6, and 7, email and selling is going hard. And then on camera, like, so I send pre-record videos each morning. They get a 5 to 10 minute video every day. So they'll get 7 videos throughout the entire Jumpstart, 1 every morning. And then at 10 a.m., I do a 30-minute Q&A live. The day 4 video talks for about 3 minutes at the end about No BS. The doors are open. Join now. Can't wait to see you. Go to this page. Days 5 and 6, I mentioned, like, in less than 10 seconds, we're open, and stay with me through the end of the challenge. On the Q&As, that's when I start flipping over to saying, like, this is in the membership, this is in the membership. And I naturally start getting more and more questions about the membership, more than I'm getting questions about weight loss. On those days, I structured to make sure that the content that I taught them was the objections that people have around joining my membership. So like on day 5, for example, the whole video is about motivation and why we lose it. Because one of the biggest obstacles people tell me about joining is I'm not motivated, or I'm so scared I can't get motivated, or I start out hard and I lose motivation. So we spend the entire day talking about that. That's overcoming an objection. And then that leads people to want to ask questions about the membership. The day 7 video is all about why you should join. It's called Next Steps. I walk through, it's a 3-part video. Number 1, if you've already joined, here's what I want you to do, and here's how I'm taking care of you. So that everybody on that call has to hear the lush way that I'm caring for my members and making it seem like, oh, they already know what to do. This is amazing. They don't even have to watch this video. Part 2 is called my fence sitters. So I have a section where I'm like, I'm going to help you make a decision. I'm going to show you why sitting on the fence sucks and what you need, like, do this in order to make a decision. The third part, I call it we call it bootstrappers, people who are not going to join and use your free content. What I have switched to for this launch is telling them, hey, for those of you who are 100% sure that you're going to be able to do this on your own, you don't need any help from me. On your worst day, you're going to keep persevering. You're highly motivated right now. I'm like, I am in 100% belief I'm going to lose weight. This portion's for you. And that's where I talk about, like, here's how I would use my free resources. And then I pit the free resources against what a member gets. So I'll say, like, now you have, like, let's say you overeat every night at 8:00. Now, as someone who's going to 100% do this on their own, you're going to need to comb through over 300 podcasts, make you a list for those hard days and stuff. Now, if you're one of my members, we have all this content to where all you have to do is type in one word and you'll find it quite easily at your fingertips. So I just kind of show them, it's like, it is possible to use my free stuff, but it would be so much easier if you didn't have to. So that's how it works. And we just keep going all the way to the end. So Debbie, I'm going to finish up my Facebook post. We will link you once I post this. We'll send you a link to this Facebook Live, or we'll just upload it straight into the group so that they can have it. But I wanted to go over it today because I thought it would be valuable for everyone to hear this. Plus, it would be a really good way for me to talk to Debbie directly about it. All right. First question. How elaborate should your freebie be? Any easy methods for someone starting out with building a list? So my entire valuable free offer course for this last month, we went over this. So if you did join No BS Business Women, you would have immediate access to that. We do everything. We have everything in replays, and we're working on that. At the end of the month, we're going to curate an entire guide from start to finish of everything that we learned and that we gathered from all the members. And we're giving it to the members so that they have, like, the most valuable resource of all about valuable free offers. So with your first freebie, when you're first starting out, it does not have to be elaborate. What I would encourage you to do is to think about your client. And this is what I told my members. Whoever your person is, number one, you've got to know who your person is. A lot of times what we do is we end up kind of being loosey-goosey or fast and loose with what our ideal client is. But you need to know them, because there's no way to write a valuable free offer for someone if you're trying to be generic. So you want to write something that's very tailored to someone. So you think about your person and you just make a list of, what are all the things that they would text their girlfriend or someone about their situation that they hate? Like, what are they struggling with? What are they telling their husband? What are they telling their best friend? Like, how do they talk about it? Like, what is it that sucks for them? I think finding pain points that you can solve in a valuable free offer is the most beneficial. Most humans want to get out of pain. They're highly motivated to do anything that promises you can make something easier for them, or you can make the pain go away. So thinking about your client, what would be something that would be juicy for them? So I just make a list of pain points. So for example, in weight loss, one of the pain points that people have is eating their fucking face off at 8:00 at night. I go all day long. I'm good. I'm on plan. Next thing I know, at 8:00, I'm on the couch with the Netflix, Ben and Jerry's, having a party, ruining my day. So if you know that that's a major pain point, one of the things that you could do is do some kind of, like, 3 steps to not eating your face off after 8 p.m. 3 steps to go into bed without feeling bloated and regretful, like anything like that. So breaking it down. So like in business, people are very often, like one of the questions I keep getting over and over again is like, how do I get more people on an email list? How do I get more people on an email list? So I am right now thinking about, all right, the major pain point is I'm having a hard time driving traffic. I might write a freebie around like, 4 steps, 3 steps to figuring out a customer's main pain point. Like, and I would name the first thing that I would do is I would just figure out what are the pain points, what is the smallest part of the problem I could help someone solve so that they can get a win. Then you can go on to then I would think about well, what would I tell them? What would be my things that I would teach them? And then once I have that, then I'd go name it. And I would come up with something that sounded like what a client would say. The biggest thing that I watch is y'all try to name shit in a way that's really clever and sounds like, oh my God, I'm so in love with this name and blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't sound like the way your customer talks about it. They need to be able, this is the example I give people all the time. Your person is standing in the middle of Target with a grumpy 3-year-old toddler, probably a 7-year-old doing a dance around the cart, in line trying to pay. And while they're standing there with all of that mayhem going on, they're looking to decide on the phone if they should sign up. There's 2 things that have to be done to make it easy for someone to sign up. You need a name that's so fucking clear that they don't have to question for an ounce if it will help them. It needs to be clear, and it needs to be a real pain point that it's addressing. No 4 steps to feel better. Nobody knows who you're talking to. Are you talking to my 19-year-old? Are you talking to my mother? Are you talking to me? Who are you talking to? Feel better about what? My cat dying or my overeat at 8 p.m.? Notice how even if you want to level up 4 steps to feel better, for who and what? Because when it's so broad like that, you're going to have to write it broad. Or you're going to get people who will sign up for it. Like you might get 75-year-old men who are reading articles on the internet about it's not shameful for men to get in touch with their feelings now. And you coach moms. You got to be clear. Otherwise, you get frustrated because then you start building your list and nobody's buying. And now that could be a lot of things, but one problem that it can introduce is when you're not clear is you get a list full of people and then you send out offers and nobody wants to work with you because when you're sending out your offer, you're really clear on who you help. And then you've attracted a bunch of people who don't want your help. So it just saves you a lot of heartache on all of that. So you need to get really clear about them. So brainstorm some pain points. Pick one. Just pick one and test it. Come up with what you tell them. Put that shit together. Go to Canva. It's free. Canva. You can put together a PDF in Canva with templates that looks nice there with no problem. If you want to just do it in Pages and it's just clean and simple and just airy with no pictures, no nothing, you can even do it in that and export it as a PDF. Y'all don't need to, one of the things that I advise people is when you create your valuable free offers, don't get it to about B- work or B. B level is even fine. Just be in that range. Get it out there. Test names. Test the stuff. Is it working before you craft it into some kind of amazing work of art? All right. See what's next. how do you get new eyes on your launch beyond people who are already on your email list? How do you make sure they're a good fit? So first is getting new eyes. There's paid traffic. So one of the things that we do, we haven't launched since March, is from April until about 4 weeks before, we are running ads to our valuable free offer. So we are building our list there. You can, if you don't want to do paid ads, you got to get your organic marketing game going. So organic marketing would be things like getting on other people's podcasts, pitching yourself to people, asking other people to come on your podcast that have a market that is one that you would like to have on your email list, where you can, interview them. They'll share it with their market versus you. You also can do like hashtag strategies, like start looking for, you can just Google hashtag strategies so that you can start hopefully getting people who will find you, who follow different hashtags. If you're on Instagram, you can also go to other people who are in a similar market as you. This is actually a tip that I think is really valuable, which is when you have more time than you have money to invest in your business, you can go to, like, let's say you're a weight loss coach. You could go to like Weight Watchers posts. You could go to Noom's posts. You could go to like big weight loss influencers who have hundreds of thousands of followers, if not millions of followers. They're going to be making posts. And as you look down the post, there are going to be questions. And that account's never going to answer them. You could go to Peloton. Like there's all kinds of, like, think about your specific market. Like if you're a money coach, go to Dave Ramsey or go to people who coach on money. Go to those accounts where the account is really just taking advantage of having a big following, but they're not engaging with their market anymore when it comes to comments. You engage. You start answering their questions. Most of the time, if you give a valuable answer on a post, people will click to go see and follow you as long as your social looks valuable. So that's like an easy strategy that a lot of people don't use. And I think it's one that, so when I first started my weight loss business, this was back in 2007, there weren't Facebooks, there weren't these things, but big weight loss companies had message boards. And I would go to their message boards and I would start a post called Ask the Trainer. And I would go into posts and I would answer questions and I would direct people to my blog to read articles. And then they would sign up for my newsletter on my blog. Because back then everybody wanted a newsletter. Newsletters these days, it's right now, I will just say this. All I have for my valuable free offer is to get on my newsletter list, because I send a really good email every Wednesday about something you can do in your business. And then we are writing the valuable free offer right now for the business side. But I didn't wait until I had one. I went ahead and started driving traffic there. I'd rather drive some traffic than no traffic. So going to those other places, that's what I did. And that's how that is the base of everything that you see today. I still have people who follow me who remember my original handle online was Logie's Mom. And they were like, I followed you when you were Logie's mom. I've been following you now for 15 years. So just get started with doing some of those things. But that's how you can drive some organic traffic over to your social. And how do you make sure they're a good fit? The best way to make sure they're a good fit is first, having your valuable free offer and all of your messaging talking about your main thing. Most people are not going to sign up for your shit unless they fit. If you're very clear, if you're all over the board, if you're switching your niche every time, like you change your shoes or something, yeah, you're going to have a list that's very convoluted. But you want to have a list that's very curated. So the best way to do that is to make sure that you think about, who do I really serve? And now I'm just going to talk about the things they want to hear about all the time. And that's how it works. And so that is how you can make sure that people are a good fit. All right. That's all the questions we have today. So we're just going to get back to work. If you want more information about No BS Businesswomen, go to nobsbusinesswomen.com. All the information you need for joining is right there. Everything that we do inside the membership is all there. You can also sign up for my, let's see, Sarah, did you put it on here? I can't remember where it is. NoBSBusinessWomen.com is where you can go get information. And then if they want the to get on the wait list, where do they go, Sarah? She'll put it in the comments and then y'all can take a peek inside there. But make sure you do get on the email list because we want to make sure that you are hearing from me as we kind of beef up everything that we're going to be sending. This is my pet project. So for all the people who join the membership, you will be getting like behind the scenes look of what everything that I wanted to do to grow a membership that I didn't know the first time. So you'll be learning all of those lessons. You'll also be getting a behind the scenes look at all the things that we're doing. And when we're small, you get a lot of attention. Now is the time to be here because I'm in there engaging most days of the week. Oh, here's one more question and then we'll get out. Do you recommend just offering value in the freebie and not doing any selling? I do in the very, so if you take the valuable free offer course that's inside of No BS Businesswomen, you'll see that I do say when you first give them the free thing, you don't sell it first. You give them the free thing and then you transition into sales. So even if I was doing a webinar, I may do the webinar first, the next day, send them the sales video. In the beginning, I highly recommend that that's what you do. Just so that you separate those two out while you build your sales skills. Then once you get, like right now, I probably could do a valuable free offer with like sending people a webinar that has sales at the end. But that's because like I have a lot of experience writing webinars, writing sales copy, talking about what I do, weaving things, finding pain points and stuff. In the beginning, I think you pull those two things apart. It's like, let me get good at teaching and connecting and offering value here, and then let me craft the sales portion here. I think that that would be more beneficial. All right. And thank you to whoever said our team of experts are answering every question. We are in there, and I'm going to tell you, we're having the time of our life. We love you, ladies. I want to see y'all making all the money and feeling all the passion. Because I don't think it, like, for me, when it comes to business, it's not enough to make money. I want to be passionate about what I do. And so my whole thing is finding women who have a passion and they want to turn it into a business and they want to grow and scale it. They don't want a hobby business. They one day see themselves like changing their family tree, breaking generational curses, showing all the other women exactly what we all can do together. So that's my mission for all of you. All right, y'all. Somebody asked, are webinars still working? Webinars still work. Everything actually still works. It's a matter of you trying a lot of things to see if that's something that you sell well on. I do better in challenges. I could do a webinar, but I like, for me, when I'm taking on the weight loss side, on the business side, I think it's going to be different. I believe it's probably going to be a webinar. On the weight loss side, I like the idea of challenges and things so that there's a big sense if we're doing this together. For women in weight loss, the journey is so lonely. We always feel excluded. We feel like we're the only one. So for that, what I've identified is if that's a key component, then anything that I'm selling, the way that I sell, I'm going to want to make sure that it taps or it fills the gap of something that's very needed for them. All right. Y'all have a good one. I will see y'all next month on the second Tuesday at 10 a.m. Central Time. Y'all have a good one. Bye, y'all.